Okay, when you see an equation such as x plus y equals 5, a lot of students get really confused. But if you think about this x as simply being an empty box, and the y being another empty box. Well, if y is 3, we're going to make our little xy chart right here, and y is 3, what does x have to be? Well, you can probably figure out that it's 2. So 2 plus 3 is 5. X is 2, y is 3. So we're going to write 2 over here. When x is 2, y has to be 3. When y is 3, x has to be 2. Let's draw our boxes again. This time, we're going to say that x is 1. Put that over here on our little table. Well, if 1 plus something is 5, what does y have to be? Well, 4, right? So when x is 1, y is 4. Let's draw our 2 empty boxes again. Draw them a little smaller this time. Okay, this time we're going to let y equal 1. So here's my y. We're letting it equal 1. What does my x have to be? Well, x has to be 4. So the conclusion that we reach is that x and y have lots and lots of values that they can be. They don't have to be just one thing. So the next part that we're going to do, by the way, if you start getting into fractions, you see that we actually have an unlimited number of possibilities that x and y can be. We can start putting 1.5 in this box, and that would be 3.5. So that's one part. And actually, if we start graphing all these points, what happens is we end up with a line, and that line has an infinite number of points on it. So let's go ahead and make an x and y coordinate graph. Here's my x-axis going this way. Here's my y-axis coming this way. And I'm going to just go ahead and try and draw these as nicely as I can. On my x-axis, I'm going to go over 2 spaces, 1, 2. On my y-axis, I'm going to go up 3, 1, 2, and 3. That's my y point. So I basically have 2 coordinates, 2 and 3, that tell me where on this plane I am. This x coordinate tells me to go 2 to the right, because it's positive. If we're negative, it would be going to the left. And the 3 tells me to go up 3. And if it were negative, I would be going down 3. So that's my first point. Let's graph our second point. This particular point is 1 and 4. When we write these points, we typically write a parenthesis, the number 1, the number 4, and the end parenthesis. We separate them with a comma. The first is always my x-coordinate. The second is always my y. Okay, remember this is my x-coordinate. This is my x-axis. So I'm going to go over 1. And then on the y-axis, I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's draw up this way and over this way. And there's my second point. Once I have 2 points, I can make my line. All I have to do is get a ruler and draw through the 2 points. But let's go ahead and graph our third point. This particular point, the x is equal to 4, the y is equal to 1. So we're going to go 4 on the x coordinate, or on the x-axis. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And on the y, we're going to go 1. Let's come over here and up here. And we now have a third point on our graph. We can keep going. We can come up with an unlimited number of points on this graph. All I'm going to do now is draw a line through them. And if I wanted to, I could come over here and come down here and say that, gee, when x is 3, y must be 2, 1, 2. So now looking at the graph, I can go backwards and actually see what this point on the line is. So this all fits together. Again, this line is made up of an infinite number of points. I can make x anything and then just determine what y has to be. I hope this helps.